Good morning, lovely. I got a channeled message. Came in the middle of the night. It's amazing the level of denial the ego always has surrounding magic and the unknown. Those of you who have spiritual powers, some might even call them superhero-like powers, your ego mind is going to try to sabotage your abilities at every turn by trying to make them seem ordinary, by trying to make you feel like you're losing your mind or that you're making it up. But you're not. Please just remember that what you are experiencing is very real and very important. So, as a person who experiences a lot of magical things, seeing into other dimensions, seeing into future timelines, having visions, having prophetic dreams, it's easy for the ego to paint over what is there after the fact and try to convince you that you're making it up. Because it's easier for the ego to live with itself, with life, if it knows that things are explainable. Oh, my cat agrees. Come here, buddy. No? And so just know that your gifts are going to start picking up. They're going to start ramping up. And it's important not to buy into this idea that you're making it up. There are going to be moments when you're so overwhelmed by what you see and feel that you could be having a very visceral emotional reaction. For me, sometimes I'm so overwhelmed by what I feel that I'm bawling, that I'm crying, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. It's so overwhelming. And then yet somehow when the tears are gone, when the emotion has left, there's this vacancy that the ego can paint over and kind of fill in as if it's made up. It just goes back over and glosses over everything. And so I document things. I write them all down. I document myself talking through it, so that later I can go back and listen and be like, this wasn't made up. And of course I know that. I've been having these experiences for over 20 years now. I know that I'm not making it up, but my ego is hell-bent on convincing me that I am. And I know I'm not the only one, and that's why I channel this message in the middle of the night, because a lot of us are going to have gifts, our spiritual gifts are going to increase. Some of you guys haven't even experienced this yet, but you are going to, because your body, your soul signed up to experience these things to wake you up. A lot of you guys are going to start waking up to who you are so that you can start waking up others like I do. Okay, the reason I started my channel was to start talking about hard things like healing trauma and self-love, surviving abuse and abandonment, and also to talk about these experiences I have, though I was very timid at first and it took me a long time to really commit. Okay, it's taken me a long time to get here. But part of the reason why I am here is because I want to pave the way for you to also step into your power, to speak truth about what you experience, even if in the light of people thinking you're crazy. I want you to have some examples of people who've done it before you so that you know that it's safe, okay? It is safe. It's safe to come out now. And the thing is, Spirit is here. Whatever you believe in, okay, whether you resonate with God, your ancestors, angels, the Most High, it doesn't really matter what label you put on this beautiful energy that is guiding us all. This energy is picking up speed because we're about to head into a whole new era of awakening. Okay, I'm sorry, this song is taking me out of it. So just know that the pieces that you bring to the puzzle, your gifts, your unique gifts, are really important, much more important than you might realize. Please don't convince yourself that you're crazy. Please don't let other people convince you that you're crazy. If you're surrounded by people like this, please remove yourself from them, at least for a time, so that you can figure out who you are, what your gifts are, why you have them, how you can utilize them to help us ascend, because you don't have gifts for nothing. You're here to help us ascend into a higher dimension, help us create a new way of living. You might be neurodivergent. You might just be different in the way that you think already. A lot of times I'm hearing that this happens because people who tend to be on the spectrum don't have as much shame, guilt, or embarrassment around things that make them different because they're so used to being different already. So it might be a little bit easier for you than the average person to step out and own these gifts of yours. Is it going to be easy? No, but it will be maybe a little bit easier because you're already different if you resonate as neurodivergent, like many of us do. Okay, so take a deep breath. Know that we're heading into the new year. Anything that isn't serving you needs to be released right now with intention. A lot of fears and old energies are going to be coming to the surface to be looked at and examined and released. Past relationships, past pain and traumas are going to be coming up to the surface to be healed and released. So don't be surprised if you're dealing with a lot of, demons. If a lot of negative energies, fears are coming up that feel like they're hindering you, they're really only showing themselves so that you can finally heal them and let them go. Okay? You might also feel really drained and tired. This is also normal at this period of time in the year, not just because a lot of us are in winter, but because, well, we're not technically yet, but it's cold, it's dark for a lot of us, but also because we're shedding weight for this new year. Okay, so, wow. I'm going to keep this short and sweet today, but just know that the energy is really potent and powerful. I wanted to say important. That word wanted to come out of my mouth. This energy is really important. So don't take it for granted. If you're having tough times, just know that this is actually setting you up to succeed, okay? It's all about what we do with what we're given. If we're given a bunch of stuff and we just run in fear, or, if we're given something that we see as negative and then all we do is complain and pour more negativity into it, it's not going to do anything for us. If we're given something that we see as negative and we turn it into a positive, that's kind of what this moment is about. Transmutation, okay? So just know that your energy matters. You're not going crazy. You're special and gifted if these energies are vibing with you. And I love you, okay? Keep going. If you want to work with me privately, you can check out my work at sacredmuseproject.com. You can also support, tithe, and sow into this work. This is God's work. You can also join us on Patreon. I'll put all the links in the description box, but I love you either way. Happy holidays, happy new year, and keep fucking going. I'll see you next time.